going to together explore the Bloomsbury Design Library. This is another new resource we have in the library collections at NewSchool. So the Bloomsbury Design Library is basically an online digital library of scholarly work that's focused just on designs and crafts from around the world, from around 1500 BCE to today. And it includes a lot of really cool content, lots of ebooks, images, exhibitions, and lots more. So let's take a look at how you access it. First of all, from the NewSchool Library website, on our landing page, you can go to Research and Access Online Resources. And there's also a quick link on the landing page, Access Online Resources. Both of these will take you to our list of databases. And then under B for Bloomsbury, you can find the Design Library. So if you click on this link, it's going to take you to an authorization page, and you'll see this page every time you access any NewSchool library resources from home or remotely. So if you're a student, you just log in with the same email address and password that you use for the My NewSchool portal. If you're a member of the faculty, you use your faculty portal username and password. If for some reason you can't log in, you've forgotten your password, you just need some help, you can email support@newschoolarch.edu, and they will help reset your password for you so that you can gain access. So once you've signed in, it will take you to the landing page for the Bloomsbury Design Library, and this is essentially what it looks like. So as I said, there's a lot of great content in here, and you can start by just immediately searching in the search box at the top here for your topic. There's also an advanced search which offers some additional powerful search tools. You can add additional fields, so you can put in some ways to refine, or you can refine by content type. But at the top here, there's a few different ways you can look through the library. So in addition to the home page where we just were, you can also explore the content through some different categories, by period, by place, by people, disciplines, schools, movements and styles. So lots of ways that the information within the library can be broken down. For example, if I wanted to look at schools, movements and styles, here I see a alphabetized list of every kind of movement that's covered, and it also shows you the number of entries for each one of these. So if I wanted to look at Art Nouveau, I can just click on this and it will show me all of the content that's in the library related to Art Nouveau. So in addition to exploring this way or just searching, you can also browse the content, and this kind of shows you more of the individual items or the individual collections that are included in the design library. So it has a lot of reference materials, the Bloomsbury Encyclopedia of Design, like I say, a 3-volume set, a really thorough encyclopedia, the World History of Design, another multi-volume set that kind of covers a history of design throughout the world, the Encyclopedia of Asian Design, and again another multi-volume set. So these are good for beginning research and for kind of either looking up information about a topic or a period or a movement that you've been assigned in a class, or assigning to students as well. So you can see, if I click on this, the Encyclopedia of Asian Design, I see the volumes here. I can click on one of these and it's going to take me to the book online, and this is an interactive table of contents, so each of these is a separate chapter within the book. So maybe I want to look at Chinese calligraphy, for example. If I click on that, it's going to take me to this chapter online. So I can read the chapter here right online. And there's also some additional functionality when you're looking at the content in the library. I can print this. So this would print the chapter to a PDF, which I can then save. So it has a summary page at the beginning, and then this is the chapter that I can save. And so you can print that PDF, you could upload it to a classroom for students to read as a weekly assignment. You could save it to your own research library, you could save it to your own device for reading later offline, or just email it directly to somebody. So in addition to printing, I can share. This is just going to let me email or share directly with somebody else this chapter. And you can also cite, which is really nice for scholarly content. A lot of scholarly databases will have this. NewSchool uses APA citation, which is the first one listed here. So you can just copy and paste this citation into your own list of references for your own research. The other option you have is to save the content. And if you want to do that, you do have to create a personal account. So if you hit save, it's going to ask you to sign into your personal account. Really quick and easy to do that. To create a personal account, you just go to sign up now, and you just have to make a username and a password. And I've already done that, so I can sign into my account and view kind of anything that I've got saved in my folder. So now I'm signed in, you can see it says welcome Lucy Campbell up here. And if I hit on save, I can say I want to save this to my folder and save. And then if I go back up to my name here and go to my content, I can view this now saved Chinese calligraphy in my folder. So an easy way to find content next time you come back to the library. So that's reference materials. There's also a whole collection of ebooks about design and design history that's in here. You can see just from the front covers that these are really contemporary and recent core texts in design and design history. There's a lot of great content in here. We have a lot of these books in print in our library at NewSchool. So this is another great search resource, and again you could just search for this by using the search box at the top, or you could click on one of these titles to go to the book online. So that's browsing content by ebook. Then there's biographies for designers, which I think is another really useful thing for assignments or for students who are interested in a specific designer. So you can click on one of these and it will give you both the information about that designer, Le Corbusier for example, but also it shows you related content within the design library, so other books and chapters and sections that are related to that particular designer. So again, I can also just search for a designer and see all of the content in the design library that's related to that person. So I can see his biography here, but also where he's referenced in other content inside the design library. So that's biographies. So there's also museum collections and exhibitions, which could be also really interesting to assign in a class. You can see there's a number of different museums that are featured in the design library, and they're adding content to this all of the time. And then there's exhibitions as well. So for example, this exhibition of the Danish chair, which is an online exhibition that students can look through. And for each of these images, there's kind of some additional metadata, some information about the image. So in terms of what you can do with this image, you can make it full screen so you can get a good look at it. And you can also print this the same way that you can print ebook content. It will print that image to a PDF, and again it's going to give you that summary of where it came from. It provides the image and then the kind of metadata associated with it, so a little more information about what the image is, what the object is. And then you have related images as well, so there are lots of ways to click through and kind of continue down the rabbit hole in terms of your research. And there's also an option to cite this as well, so you can cite images that you find in the research library. And then finally I wanted to mention the timeline of history of design. This is an online interactive timeline, and you can see it starts at 1500 BCE and goes through to today. So for each time period, there are images associated with it that you can look at, and then there's these kind of entries that are color-coded under different topics. So ideas and philosophy, economics, technology, science and politics, society and politics, culture and arts. And if you click on one of these, it gives you kind kind of some quick overviews of things that happened during that time period. And for a lot of them, there's an option to read more, where it's going to take you to an entry within one of the ebooks that's included on the design library that's going to give you more information about it. So there's lots of ways you can kind of click through the information or search by time period, by style, by movement, and begin to cite and collect additional information sources to support your research. So that's the timeline, which I think is a really useful thing for students to begin to understand, as well as faculty. And of course there are images for each of these as well. You can click on one of these and go to read more, and it's going to take you to that same kind of overview that will provide you more information. So it's basically taking a encyclopedia, like a book encyclopedia, and making it very functional, very browsable, and very searchable in an online environment, and providing really high-res, good quality images associated with those different topics to help further your own research. So that's pretty much the design library and how it works. I think that there's lots of different ways you can get creative with using this in class. And very quickly, there's also a tab here that shows lesson plans and kind of suggests some topics or some plans that you might want to use in your class. For example, if you're teaching about the Bauhaus, they have a whole lesson plan they've put together. And as I said, they're adding more content to the design library all the time, so a great place to look for more information. So if you have questions about accessing and using the Bloomsbury Design Library through NewSchool, you can always email us, library@newschoolarch.edu. We'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, stay safe, stay home, wash your hands, and thanks for watching.